everyone. I was telling myself back there, this is not real. This is not real. This is all AI. All right. Raise your hand if you were born out of Sydney. Keep it up if you've lived in more than one city, more than one country. Keep it up if you have ever walked into a space, a dinner, a workplace, a relationship, and had to figure out the rules fast because nobody was going to explain them to you. Look around you. Almost every hand is up. And that is exactly my point. I'm Sugra. I've lived in 6 countries over 4 continents, and I've rebuilt my life more times than I can count. Each time arriving as an outsider in spaces that required me to build my place within them. New languages, new power structures, new unspoken rules. And that gap between the world I expected and the world I walked into is where I want to take you today. 304 million people currently live outside the country they were born. Tens of millions more are displaced within their own borders. Billions have simply moved for various reasons. Schools, careers, identities, relationships, and so on. But when we talk about this experience, do you know what we call it? We call it moving. We call it survival. We call it instinct. We say, oh, she's adaptable, or he's resilient, as if it were a mere personality trait or a footnote. I want to change that today. I want to reframe it as it is one of the most demanding, expansive, and cognitively challenging experiences a human being can have. And we have never given a proper name to the intelligence it produces. We have academic intelligence. We have social intelligence. In 1995, Daniel Goleman even gave us emotional intelligence. But this one, the one forged in displacement, friction, and uncertain environments that require you to build your place within them, this one has lived in research papers and labs for decades, but never made it mainstream until today. I call it unwired intelligence. The intelligence to walk into a room and read what has not been said. The intelligence to adapt when there's no map. The intelligence to act in the midst of uncertainty. These are not soft skills, not resilience, definitely not grit. Those words are fine and great, but they don't capture what happens in the human brain when it enters a new environment with no map, no network, no familiar context, and no choice. Think of it like a muscle. We all know strength training helps build physical muscle. But what nobody tells us is that displacement, friction, and ambiguity help build cognitive muscle. And like any muscle, the more it is tested, the stronger it gets. Unwired intelligence is that muscle you develop when there's nothing to plug into, no algorithm to run against. Let me take you to Bangkok. 5 a.m., I'm awake before the city is. I get dressed to leave my apartment and walk to the office. All day, every day, often on weekends. In streets that are still very quiet, and a city that never quite felt like mine. I want to be honest. I was not happy. I was not thriving. I was just going. Day after day, Home, work, gym, sleep, repeat. But here's what I did not know was happening. Every time that I was navigating a culture, a city, a workplace with limited context, recalibrating every interaction, one meal, one walk, one conversation at a time, my brain was flexing and mapping. And then one day, I don't even know when, the city started to feel like my own. I'd figured out the ins and outs. The food, the streets, the sky, everything felt familiar. Bangkok did not give me a map. My brain built one itself. Cut to New York. This time I was determined to not be caught off guard. And so I read, I watched, I listened. I spoke to everyone I could, believing preparation was key. I was wrong. It was not. No book, no conversation, no documentary could have prepared me for the unspoken rules of a place I had never actually stood inside. The structure I had been promised, absent. The speed I was so looking forward to, absent. The directness I was expecting, also absent. My experience was upside down in a city that was allegedly the most legible place on earth. But my brain mapped it. Then came Sydney. I waited for the fog. I waited for the disorientation. I waited for the moment I would have to start rebuilding from scratch. But it never came. And in that moment, standing in a new continent that felt oddly familiar, not because I had been here before, but because I had been through this before, did I realize what had been happening all along. Bangkok, New York, and every city before and in between had been building something inside my brain. A capacity, a muscle, a tolerance, a quiet resolve, all wrapped up in a cognitive muscle that I did not build through a research paper or a book, because my brain learned it the hard way. And with each new experience, I was earning credits for a degree I would one day, or today, call unwired intelligence. But you might ask, what does this have to do with me? How is this relevant to today? Well, we are living in a moment of collective enchantment with artificial intelligence. And I can understand why. I work in finance. This technology is powerful. But here's what AI cannot do. AI is the ultimate wired intelligence. It works on connections, patterns, and data that already exists. And it is only as smart as the context it is trained in. Give it a familiar situation and problem, and it thrives. Give it a genuinely new one with no historical data, no context, no precedent, and it starts to struggle. Or worse, it hallucinates. We've all been there. That moment where it starts to struggle, that is precisely where human intelligence begins and proves itself to be the most sustainable and unbeatable form of intelligence. Now, I want to be clear. This is not an immigrant story. It could be, but it is also yours. Each and every one in this room. That new job you started 2 months ago, that expedition you just signed up for, that new neighborhood you stepped into, or that relationship you just entered. That vacuum between the known and the unknown is your classroom. And every time you attend that classroom, you exercise a muscle. You earn a credit. And enough credits later, you have a degree call unwired intelligence. So here is what I want you to leave with today. The next time you walk into a room that is not built for you, or you think is not built for you, or the noise of artificial intelligence surrounds everything technical and wired, know that there is one thing it cannot touch, and that is your unwired intelligence. Sophisticated, ever-expanding, irreplaceable human superpower. I want you to name it, own it, exercise it, and trust it. Trust your human superpower to do the magic, because while AI might be powerful in the world of the known, the power of human intelligence lies in the unknown. Thank you.